Well, hi there. This is Hiro Matsuda again. What do we got? Well, this is a Procumbens bonsai. I think I did recently one on Procumbens Niwaki. Well, this is just a large bonsai. Basically, same technique, so I just go in and clean it up. Okay, so this is the front. I'll go ahead and turn this so you can see the back. Then we'll get started. Okay, this should be the back side, although it looks pretty good too. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get started, trim and clean up. Basically what I'm doing is taking things that are going upright, cutting them down. See what I'm doing? Okay. Making sure that we don't leave brown spots. Okay, as usual, the review. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting like this, right? Do not cut like so. You leave these cut marks and that will turn brown. So what you do is you go and cut like that. So when you get done, you don't see the cuts. That should be a review. I think I'm done with the trimming, except maybe some minor modifications. Well, what I want to do is to put this in another container. One, I need to check the roots, and I'm thinking this rectangle pot is a little bit on the large side. Maybe if I could find an oval that is slightly smaller, it might look better. So anyway, I'll go look for a pot, and if I could find it, I'm gonna change it. I think this looks a little bit better. You know, this is almost a classical informal upright with the nice curves. Around here, we don't do what's normal. Okay, let me point out some things that I've done that a lot of people will not do because it's against the rules, which is silly to me, because rules are for beginners. Okay, this branch that goes across and then to the other side on the back, and then a few more up that way. Rules to get people started. And well, you know, in bonsai there's different aspects. There's the horticulture aspect, which is how to keep this thing alive, and then the technical aspect, how to style, how to trim, how to do all that, and with that comes rules. And for most people, this is where you should stop. But for the rest of us, those of us that want to make statements, there is the art of bonsai. And so when you get into the art, it's how far from the norm can you get and still be acceptable. And I think this is one of the examples of such. So the ones that come forward is called the eye poker, and people say remove it. But sometimes it kind of adds a little more depth to it. So I have that one that's here. And then as you go up, coming around this side. See, this branch comes around from here this way and like that. If you look at this overall presentation, it looks pretty good. And that's what I mean by the art of bonsai. Do not be consumed by the simplified rules that are meant for beginners, and keep following those and come up with technically correct but not as inspiring. The thing that I want to talk about that is, I think, more my taste, because a lot of my longtime students, they want to show this trunk so plainly. They'll cut off everything so that you see the trunk, which is okay if you got great trunk, but I don't know, I like to see glimpses, because even with this here, you know that it goes on, right? And even with this there, you know that it goes on. So I don't see a problem of having some green that will slightly hide the trunk. But like I said, that might just be my taste. So anyway, I'm going to stop here. This is the Procumbens Juniper. And this is Hiro saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter.